Hello, welcome back. Teh
Tarik Hours.
As always, it's us two guys, Azreen
And
Ah
I
Kit.
Kit here.
We are back again for another episode, and today is a bit more serious.
Serious topic.
But it was actually an interesting one because a listener sent in an email to us sharing about this recent incident lah.
Yes.
And by the time this goes up, if it's been quite some time after the incidents, and by then maybe new things have developed lah. So we don't know the latest story there. But this listener shared with us a story about an incident that happened in the Ipoh
Lumut Highway.
Lumut
Yes.
Highway there. So it's regarding this police car
And the
Kelisa
Petron car and the Pro-Dual Kelisa.
in a car crash lah.
Yes.
It is an unfortunate incident.
It's once 3 years old
There was a fatality basically.
passed away, and then the ladies who have facial injuries or some serious injuries.
I mean,
It's what I know in the news.
So yeah, this kind of incident is always a terrible thing to have happened lah. But it came to us, and it is something's a bit. It gives us a realization, a thought about the safetiness when in this when you're driving car and vehicle in the highway lah, and these things happen.
Yeah.
Now there are some things that makes it a bit interesting. The fact that the investigation is still ongoing.
Yeah, for the entire picture, we are really not very clear about
What's the situation?
what's the situations, and because we are see a lot of something is like from the news lah. I know, so how come is no one's the witnesses who are. I think if let's say got any witnesses, you are see this and happen, just come out and then voice out your voice, and then these issues lah.
Yeah, so I mean, to give up to date in terms of like what we know so far, officially the police say it's still an ongoing investigation as of recording.
Yeah, because the police car don't have this call dash cam.
We don't know the veracity of that. What we know so far is that it's still ongoing investigation, and I believe police are asking the public to share any dash cam footage or witnesses to come forward to say what's going on.
Yeah.
Now, what we can say about this case is that if you or your family member were around that area during the time period of that incident, then we do urge you to come to the authorities and share your evidence there or whatever you have there to give clarity, because for the family members, I believe the brother of the victims there have been asking for the public to share any evidence of what happened in order to provide closure to what happened, because it is a very terrible incident and if you have any information, we encourage you to come up and share anything there But on that note, we want to jump into the fact that safety and driving in Malaysia we as a car-driven, a car-centric country, right?
Yeah.
It is, I guess, expected that you will see a lot of this accidents happen.
True.
And I think what we need to see and what we need to understand as Malaysians is that what are the basic things that you need to have in order to ensure that either A, if something happens, you have something there to protect yourself, or B, to see what can we do to lessen the probability there. Now, for me, I think from this case, it's important that dash cam is a must, right?
Yeah, true. I think for now in Malaysia traffic, we actually Malaysia's our traffic is quite worse. The rankings in
One of the worst, and even
in
the
Asia countries, Malaysia is one of the worst traffic in Southeast Asia or Asia.
And recently within the in KL alone, there was heavy traffic.
And then
period, right?
And some more, a lot of people you can see the people who are using the fast lane, they try to speeding, and then because I know in some other countries, the third lanes, the speedings, it's not say you are just simply you keep on the fast lane and go on
Just
all
speed
the way.
demon there, just run, just
Yes,
go through like that.
because this one is quite dangerous for
That
others drivers as
that is
well.
one thing lah. The
Mm-mm.
other thing is people who don't signal lah. This
Put signal, this is the other issue. Is one of the
this one
speedies.
not human ah.
The speedings, I can feel like because I came back to Malaysia. It's quite some numbers of years. Before that, I feel like I'm not used to it in Malaysia traffic. Is because the Malaysia car is here is quite fast.
Yeah, very kanchong ah.
Yes,
People
very
always want to
kanchiong.
speed for some reason.
True. And because 10 you got in 10 accidents, it's 9 or 8 accidents is because you are speeding. Serious. When it come to the traffic light, you are speed, then you become an accident.
You don't know I mean, you know lah, the color meaning is what? Red means stop, green means go, yellow means go faster. Right? This is the people say.
Yeah, because we really, you have to take care other drivers and other people's properties and the life also, you know.
That's the thing. When it comes to like speeding in Malaysia, there is no justification for it unless you need to do it. I mean, people just abuse that, like say, the fast lane. People just abuse it just to go faster.
Yes,
and all
yes.
This, right?
Mm-mm.
They're not really considering like, oh, what happens if suddenly you lose control or anything
And
like
then some more is, I feel like if let's say some people who are using a fast lane, you are in, I think it's in a sign, we are I remember the limits of the speed is an 80 or 90s. I'm not mistaken, it's 110 is the maximum. 110 is a maximum, but for the back, your car, you can see you're flashing your light, and because you are 110, I already in 110s, but you how
want to go faster?
How fast you want to go? It's like you are already 110. Then you do a flashing light. It's
this kind of like I don't know, like arrogance on the road.
Yep.
Which is a lot of Malaysians seems to have this kind of issue lah. Road rage sometimes happen. Like recently, the case of this guy who got angry at the toll for some reason, and the people speeding and all this. There's a lot of anger when you drive on the road. And it's not just normal people. I think it's not just like the normal people who have issues driving. It's also like sometimes you can see police car also can quite speeding without very care, which very interesting because like I think there is restriction on or when it comes to police and speeding. Actually, they shouldn't be speeding unless there's a really reason for it.
I'm not saying that I'm not pinpoint to the police or the public.
We're not saying that, but I'm
because
saying
we the entire Malaysians, we have these situations.
That's why I want to make it clear that when we say all Malaysian, that includes everyone, including
authorities. Yeah.
Because we think like, oh, just Malaysian, the normal driver is the one making problem. Sometimes authority people also abuse this situation, and we need to make it accountable for everyone, not just us, the normal people, but also if an ambulance driver also chincai speeding also cannot be like that also ma.
True.
So there needs to be accountability for all lah. But the thing is, right, I don't know lah. Is it you think Malaysia has that speed demon behavior since we are such a car country?
Some people they have an excuse of because of Malaysia, the weather is very hot, make people in temples, then they try to speedy. I don't know. This is a very good excuse because the climate in Malaysia is a hot temper and become
hot temper.
Yeah, become hot temper. Then we will become a speedies. You can got the excuse to speed. I don't know. This is I cannot forgiveness for this thing.
This one is very interesting. The reasoning.
But seriously, in Malaysia here, we have a lot of those careless driver as well. A lot of careless driver and they are in speeding. Especially, I'm so sorry about the ladies drivers, some lady drivers. They try to speed.
Don't suddenly jump like this. What you want to say? Lady driver not good, is it?
I'm not saying that.
Seem like you want to say that.
Some ladies driver lah, not all
Some
lah.
guy driver also not good
can
also.
also
lah. It's not about male or female. Lah. It's
Uh-uh.
about the individual of the driver itself and how we perceive it. To me, right, you don't need to see what based on the gender or what. This is just your attitude. What kind of attitude do you have on the road? After I started driving, I do realize sometimes people, they are not considering of others. For me, when I drive, I try to be considerate of others. I try not to cut into the lane, or if I want to, enter a different lane, I make sure that, you give respect to other people lah. And in return, you hope other people respect you there lah. But I do realize that sometimes there's people who just don't care and just think that they own the road kind of
True.
mentality.
Okay, the other thing is they remind me is some motorcyclists they are trying to play the stunt at the roads, and this one also will be like, seriously, come to the public place. Okay, you are trying to some racers lah. I can say as a racers lah. You can play in Sepang. Seriously, you can play in Sepang or whatever the place is a private roads. But especially in the highway, it's seriously very dangerous for. It's not you are the one who are making dangerous. You will harm others drivers also, because you are on the public roads, ma. This is
The thing is, it's not like they have the
you have the responsibility lah. If let's say you are play the stunt or playing some things, you are racers or whatever. Yeah, I actually some people who are love to race and speed the vehicles. We are not specialists on motorcycles and or car lah. You can play in Sepang or play in some circles or whatever places, a private place. Okay,
I mean, as long you're a responsible rider,
the
responsible
yes,
driver,
you have to take care for other people who are using the roads, the drivers or the even the walking peoples, the pedestrian areas, whatever. You can see somewhere in the sunway areas and the commercial areas, some people is driving a car. The exhaust bike is so strong, them make noise one. You know that. Then what the purpose is that for that?
showcase ma.
The people is surround the areas. They are night time lah. They have a dinners and the roadside lah. You know the mamak store, the roadside lah. Then in the accident you crash, the bang all the people.
I mean, that's the thing. It's about whether people have the responsibility and the
the responsibility is you have the responsibility. You are using the road. You have to take care other people.
It's a shared space, right? It's a shared common space that if you do something and then you go into an accident, it can affect other people as well.
Yeah, true.
And in some cases, it might end people's life in that sense, right?
And then no matter you are the people like us or some people in authorities. This are one we want to highlight. It's not saying some people in authorized are even police or other people in authorized, they can simply
Ignore
use
the
the
law.
road. You can ignore the regulations. Say, I just go like that. You know
I
that?
mean, that's the thing. It needs to start at the foundational level of how we want to reprogram this thinking, right? It's kind of ingrained into our society, in our thinking that once you're on the road, it's just about me and not about anyone else.
I think our governments is this sent to our ministry transport. Anthony Loke.
Don't cari pasal you. You want to shoot him, is it?
No, I'm not saying that to shoot him. You have to, to have some events or educations for the public, especially we have to educate people's routes. The public routes is very dangerous. It's because the car, the speed, and then the people who want to take care your other people. You have to think other people also got the families using the roads. It's because the roads.
That's also leads me to an idea or thinking that maybe we should be less dependent on a car as a country, because car dependency has led to people thinking that they need a car.
We cannot go backwards. Nowadays we are built so many highways. I for sure our government say, you're using more the highways, we make money.
Just one more highway will solve the traffic.
But we come to this situation, we only can do is we want to make the roads more in safety. Oh,
This one is like you see a bullet wound, got shot, you use just a band-aid there, is it? Hansa Plus only. That one won't stop the bullet wound.
But serious come to this, I feel like 20 years back and now we are driving a
But
car.
that's the thing, you say 20 years back, and our solution back then is what? Add
Actually,
more
it's the
roads.
same. Actually, it's the same attitude. The people is only get older. The mentality is still same. Wow, you can see even some people's they stop the car the highway. I can see even can go stand and then go to change another route.
It's very funny one. Sometimes I see.
You know this is a highway, bro. Serious. You know this is a highway. So fast, so speed. The car is the back is so speedy. Then you are go stand. You try to go stand. You try to choose. Oh, this road actually is. Oh, I cannot go in front and do a U-turn. Here is more convenient for me. You just think of yourself.
That's the thing. When you would say like that, then we cannot be thinking to ourselves like, oh, try to make it more safe for others. I think you need to pull back the need for car in Malaysia, because that kind of thinking, that kind of programming in your brain, you think it's easy to deprogram? How long would it take for people to unlearn this kind of mentality?
But seriously, you have a car, you make yourself inconvenient. Yes, this is now you can. If let's say you go IKEA or some other places, you want to buy a sofa, it's easy lah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you want to do that, you need to take on the responsibility and really earn that.
Yes.
I feel like a lot of people is just like
you using the route, you have the responsibility. Everything you are adults. I think is you have you ride a motorcycle. You also in 16 years old. You have to use adult thinking. You have to adult thinking.
Like, sometimes people who get the license still don't have this kind of responsibility thinking. How did that pass? Because getting a license means going through an exam, going through practical exam, and then going to courses. Yet somehow or another, you still end up doing all these stupid things.
If I know my secondary school time, we call it copy license. I know.
How many copy license still?
You see the roads. I don't know, because last time the population is less, the copy license not a lot. Today, if let's say the copy license a lot, the driver more dangerous.
That I think also this leads to the point of like a lot of younger generation now don't want to drive one. No man, a lot of younger generation prefer to just take Grab or take the public transport. They don't even want to drive or get a license anymore. I see it's like that.
But I sure if let's say for punishment for the drivers, it's very very important also. If let's say for like you drink and then drive, this kind of punishment you have to make the punishment very heavy.
But the thing is, the heaviest punishment is already there. People die. That is punishment, what? But people still do. So to me, it's like, yes, I understand the need for car lah, but dependency on car.
We need more AI implement to the car.
Think AI will do better. You see your Tesla car also cannot drive properly. Don't play.
Implement AI inside the car.
More worse one. AI learn from your behavior. But that's the thing. It's like the need for better car regulation is a must, because you can do as much on your side. You can say, oh, I will drive safe. I will put dash cam. I will follow the rules. But what I do can be negated by someone who doesn't follow.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Yep.
I may be like, oh, I safely, I don't overspeed. But one Sohai there decided today he just want to do 200 miles per hour. What can I do? That person is bringing the situation there, and someone will either get seriously injured or worse, death lah. And sometimes maybe it's like a child who is nothing to do with this end up being a worse a victim there.
Actually, come to the situations like the vehicles is old vehicle also will become as a one issues. If let's say the more than 10 years or more than 50 years, like I don't know, like very old vehicles, like maybe they are not regular checkup their vehicle. they become is like, or maybe some part is not function well. They make the accidents.
But that's the thing, right? You say, oh yeah, they shouldn't be using an old vehicle lah. But then we need to think like, why didn't they just use a better vehicle or newer vehicle? Maybe they can't afford to buy
have a regular to check up.
Okay, yes, but what if they can't afford to do that? What if they can't afford to buy a new car or can't afford to pay for
okay,
maintenance?
this actually this the thing is here. You drive a car, you have the what you call that
responsibility
to
do all this, right?
To do your car in well, and then you make on the roads. Your car is well and then it's healthy. It's not say I'm driving a very like maybe it's unhealthy cars to on the road. You will harm other driver as well.
The thing is, right, when you put it at that situation, right, I'm a person and I have a car that I did not maintain and I cannot afford to maintain lah. What is my alternative?
The alternative, you take public transport or take Grab. But that's the thing.
How effective is public transport right now?
Okay, this another question also. But for the road safety as well, you have the seriously very strict and very harsh. Cannot say harsh. You have the regulation to make the vehicle on the roads. Even some vehicle is not approved. Like the exhaust is so noisy. Those exhaust you not allow them to on road.
Understand?
One thing you are harm other vehicles, and some like very old car, because they are not regular checkup. Even the way I call it, the tire is already potak. Then you are harm other driver because you in the accidents you harm other driver as well.
But what is the solution to avoid that? Okay, so you have this solution and you can't afford to say change your tire, or can't afford to. What can be done to help alleviate the problem, to make it easier for them? Is it like, oh, is it that easy for them to get a public transport? Is it that easy for them to choose to walk to a station? Those are the solutions we need to see the government to provide. It not just to say like, oh, we will punish you if you don't have the car properly maintained. Punish is one thing, but what is the solution to those who can't?
I think of course, this is the safety on the roads itself. If you have the qualified cars, then you can on roads. Which at the other hand, if let's say our government should think of, maybe you don't have the car, you have the public transport to support you.
That's
the
daily
life
thing. So because to me it's not one hand, it's two hand.
Yes, I think it's the other government should have do the other job as well. Okay, we make more public transport. It's more convenient for the, especially if cannot afford the car. Those people, this group of people, they make them more convenient. It's like, okay, you come back to the old times. Like actually, it's like the minibus. I don't know whether you remember the minibus era. Actually, minibus make the people is very convenient.
Make it interconnected lah.
Yes, make
walkable cities.
They are interchange whatever, and then it's very efficient also.
Somewhat.
It's very efficient. Actually, it's very efficient, but it's very dangerous also. So that's why they are changed to another company. It's called Intra-Kota and some city liner, as I don't remember lah. They replace the minibus, but it's not success in the end. But seriously, when people who are got minibus, the time go to the work, I'm not go to drive. Serious. Because I'm go to work at 9 o'clock, I take minibus or take bus, public transport is more convenient. Why I want to pay the car parks and then petrol, everything is more expensive? Because of the time, the minibus is 60 cents. 60 cents, I go from my house, Gombak, and then come to the KL area, is all 60 cents. Even I'm student that time, 30 cents. So cheap, so affordable the price to you travel to KL. But now, how much you spend on the bus? How much you spend on the MRT?
If you can even get to the bus or MRT.
Yes, and especially nowadays, the petrol cost is so cheap. So that's why the people choose, I rather go for the drive the car. And then I'm not going to take a public transport.
But that's the thing. The solution is multi-layered there lah. We can't just say it's a one thing solve all lah. But at the end of the day, it's when you're on the street, when you're driving, I think people need to consider that you're not driving just in isolation. I know it's you are driving, you're in your car, you have no one else. But when you're driving, you're surrounded by lives, everyone's life. So when you're driving, it's not just about thinking about your life. It's about
Yes.
thinking everyone's life as
True,
well, because
true.
you affect everyone.
Your
on the road.
responsibility. The responsibility is very, very important.
That's why, when you are sitting in the driver's seat, you are in the cockpit, you are controlling life there, lah.
Yes.
And people need to realize that whether you are a normal driver or a policeman or whatever, when you're on the wheels, you are holding life there, lah. And
True.
I think people is losing sight of the importance of that.
Maybe some people don't have enough. Their thinking is like, oh, I using the road is some kind of like, oh,
I'm used to it. I know the road. I'm the king of the road already.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm just want to faster and get faster to reach my
You
destination.
see my car, you know me. You should
reach.
get out
I
of
would just want to as fast as soon as possible to reach my
But
destination.
That's the thing.
A lot of people is like that, and even some people is like, oh, I driving the what you call it, sport cars or whatever. I try to speed. Even not sorry. Actually, it's a lot. The small car, my visa,
don't say like that.
and then the small car, their ASEA speed very very fast one. I don't know how come they can speed very well, fast one.
I don't know, but to me, it's like the mentality. It shouldn't be I, me, my, all this when you're on the road, lah. When you're on the
true.
road, you should be thinking
You
about
jaga others, lah.
what is the other person and how can I ensure that everyone else is also safe there, lah. Because at the end of the day, you want to get home safely, ma.
True.
Just like everyone else.
I think it's everyone is on the road is very fragile one. It's just easily you get banged, then your life is maybe you're in the hospital. Just a 5 minute things accidents, then you're in the hospital or you're already passed away. Serious.
It happens like that.
Yeah,
It
maybe
can-
some
in a
people
split of an eye.
didn't realize the speed is how dangerous on the road.
I mean that's why I feel like when you're on the road, you look out for each other, lah. Hopefully that's the mentality I hope for people who are driving. Is the idea is you look out for each other. It's not about you and yourself on the road, because you're not alone in the road, ma. You're sharing it with so many other people.
True.
So in that sense, it's like, to just wrap it up, lah. I mean, if you are a driver, I just hope that when you're driving, you consider the fact that when you're driving, you're not holding one life, you're holding a lot of lives there, lah. So you should be considerate of others, and for your own safety, of course, the basic fundamentals. Don't speed unnecessarily. Have your dash cam. Wear seatbelts. All this goes without saying, lah. But important end of the day is like when you're driving, remember there's other people's life on the line. Don't just narrow focus, lah.
And come to the case, I hope some people who have a weakness and see this case, you can be wise out and then help out these
Investigation, lah.
these ladies
Hopefully to help
out
provide
these
closure
ladies.
to the family as well.
Yeah.
To ensure that as much information is there as possible, lah. Again, I think we can wrap it up on that, lah. What do you guys think about safety and driving in Malaysia, lah? You let us know whether or not you suffer from all this really terrible drivers.
Or you have any complaints or any not say complaints, you need issues on the road. Maybe you can share with us. We can talk about it. Actually, this case today, I was talking about this. The cars, the road safety actually is come from one of our viewers. They email us talking about this. So I also hope these ladies and nothing because I don't know it's a very sadness for her, and then actually it's an accident. I hope no one is a hope for this will be happen.
You don't want this to happen, lah.
Yeah.
But since it happened, you just hope you pray for the best that they get as much
for
closure
other
as
people
possible,
will take. Other people will take this as a lessons, or the roads is not take as a granted, lah.
I mean, we hope that's the case, lah.
But
But what do you guys think? As always, if you enjoyed our discussion, our talk, Please share, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And you want to reach out to us and share these kinds of stories that we can talk about on the podcast, as always, you can email it to us, tehtarikhour@gmail.com. Once again, thanks to our listener who sent in that email to ask us to talk about this. It led to some quite interesting conversations, and we enjoy, sharing our thoughts and hopefully listening from you guys as well. Until then, we will see you guys on the next episode.